Alright, hey guys, me again, you know who I am, and today, so I was wondering, would you like to use Valkyr in an excavation mission or a defense mission and actually be useful? Would you like to actually use a gun with Valkyr? Well, I've got quite the build for you, and it's quite an interesting one. And it uses an augment that I don't see anyone really using, but it's really good. And it's called prolonged paralysis. And so what this does, it pulls enemies in, and they're slowed, and these stun lasts twice the duration of what normal paralysis would. And when they get up, they're also slowed when they get up. So this is really nice, and you can continuously, if you spam this, you can continue to pull them in closer and closer. And then what you could do is just bomb them with a taunt core or something like that. So what I've done is I've maximized my range here. So I have overextended, stretch, and cutting drift for max range. And I also have max efficiency, although I really do not need this at all. I could replace this with anything else here in these two slots. But what I couldn't pass up was an ability that costs 1 energy. I'm not gonna pass up ability that costs 1 energy. Granted, it costs like half my shields as well, but still, that's fine. It has 25-meter range and all that nonsense. That's awesome. On top of that, I also have a decent energy per second rate for Hysteria if I want to use that too. So I couldn't bother passing that up. And I also have Rage and Vitality. Alright, so what Rage does in this build is basically, as if I take any health damage, I'll basically get the energy I use on Prolonged Paralysis immediately back. And I have Vitality here for more survivability, of course, and that increases how much health damage I can take. Since Valkyr and Valkyr Prime have really high armor, that Vitality helps out a lot, obviously. Now, what Prolonged Paralysis also does is it changes the conal AoE from Paralysis into a circular AoE. It's a circle around you, depending on your max range, and you can just constantly pull enemies in from all directions, no matter what direction you're facing, which is really nice. And you can, like I said, you can just bomb them with the taunt core. You don't even have to use the taunt core. You could use other weapons like a Simulor or a Sniper, or stuff like that, although I'd still recommend the taunt core since they're just sitting flat on their ass and is all grouped up there. Get rid of all of them pretty easily. Alright, so you're probably wondering, why would you trade an ability that normally opens enemies up to finishers and for a little CC? Why would anyone trade that, make that trade-off? And I'll show you why. Let's spawn in one level 140 heavy gunner. There's another ability that also opens enemies up to finishers that Valkyr can do. Her charge attack on Hysteria also opens enemies up to finishers. So it is really completely unnecessary to even have that ability just open enemies up to finishers like that, and even then, it's not even for like a significant period of time, like say Excalibur or something like that. So why not turn the ability into a little CC? So I don't think you need, definitely don't need 2 abilities that do the same thing, or that can do the same thing, supposedly. Alright, so what you can also do with this ability is combo it with Warcry, and what that will do is the Warcry actually slows enemies down when you're near them, and, as well as the the melee attack speed buff, and that's nice, and that will cause the enemies to take stealth damage, because they're being slowed so much. And then do that. That's also another use. And since Valkyr's Hysteria has a ridiculous multiplier on its finishers and ground finishers, you really don't have to worry about damage all that much. Hell, you could go for a Blood Rush and a Drifting Contact build. Body count doesn't work with the Exalted weapons, say like Hysteria, but Drifting Contact does, and so you can also implement this in that as well. And just say have this on the Legion for instance. So let's spawn in those heavy gunners again. you could also use it like that too. So you're really not losing out on a whole lot of damage with the negative power strength there. Alright, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Alright, so it looks like you made it to the end of the video. So I'm going to quiz your Warframe knowledge, and in return, what I'm going to give you is an Aclex Prime set. So the first person to comment the correct answer to my question wins an Aclex Prime set. Now, alright, so the question is, what is the least used augment? What is the least used augment in the game? And no, that does not count for PvP augments, so those do not count. But what is the least used augment? And if you guess correctly, you get the Aclex Prime set. Say if you miss Barrow on that day or whatever. Alright, well, thank you for watching all the way to the end. And we're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers, so thanks for that too, guys. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.